Oboe was only 9 the night the fire came. They say the thunder cracked like an omen, that the gods themselves wept as the palace burned, and somewhere in the smoke, a boy stopped being a child. He didn't cry. He watched. He watched his father's golden robe collapse into flames. He watched the sword that killed his legacy drop from a cousin's bloody hands. And from that moment on, Oboe wasn't raised by love. He was raised by law. Zara was born with no last name and too much spirit. She talked to shadows. She danced in storms. She laughed at silence. The villagers called her cursed. But Oboe saw something else. He met her on a night when the moon looked broken. She didn't ask for his title. She asked if he was lonely. That question echoed louder than any war drum. And from that moment on, he visited her in secret, because even a king deserves to feel human. When the elders found out, their eyes burned hotter than any forge. A king marries power, not poetry, they warned. Zara was not of noble blood. She was wild, untamed, full of questions. And that's exactly why he loved her. But the council made it clear, if he didn't leave her, he would lose the crown. Oboe stood between destiny and desire, and his silence was the first betrayal. Then came the oracle's vision. Born of flame and stardust, the child will unseat the throne or renew it. Zara was carrying his child. Oboe felt both awe and terror. The elders saw a threat to the bloodline. Oboe saw a future beyond blood. But futures have enemies, and the council moved fast. Zara was dragged from the palace under moonlight, pregnant, proud, silent. The elders branded her with exile. Her child would never sit on the throne. Oboe watched from the shadows, a king in name, a prisoner in truth. Zara didn't weep. She looked back only once and whispered, "You don't need a crown to choose me, but you still didn't." Coronation day arrived, the drums beat, the people waited, but the throne remained empty. Oboe had vanished. The crown sat untouched. Some called it cowardice, others prophecy. But Oboe hadn't run. He had walked, straight into the forest, toward the only life that felt true. Years passed, and from the wild came a boy with fire in his eyes. He healed the sick. He quieted quarrels. He didn't demand loyalty. It followed him. Some say he walked like Oboe. Others say he walked like peace. The child they exiled returned as the voice of a new dawn. Oboe died with no crown on his head, but his name became legend, not for what he ruled, but for what he chose. A throne is a seat, but love is a kingdom all its own. And sometimes the greatest kings never sit on thrones at all.